Welcome back. Here with the flu fam. All right, welcome back, guys. We have been sick for like a whole week. My Christmas present this year was from a family member who brought a sick kid, unfortunately. Had a fever like 103.7. Alan was hitting me up, hey, you feel better yet? Feel better yet? Came over anyways. Thought he was, Jesus coming through. Which I thought he was.
I decided road trip with him.
Yeah.
While he was sick.
We road tripped.
And then guess what happened? Then I got sick.
Then he got sick.
But the problem was...
Briefly. Then you thought you were good.
Mild. Yeah.
And then a couple of days ago, you're like, yeah, I'm real sick. So.
The problem we had was we only had a couple warm days here in Michigan, and as you know, we wanted to get this thing cleaned up, pushed outside in the driveway, power washed it off. So I came over and did that. And then,
while I was still kind of on the mend.
And I was getting sick. So
you'll see this in the
video. It was a mess.
He was out there, it was like 40, 45 degrees, power washing. So he was like briefly sick, and that definitely was like the final nail in the coffin was working out in the cold.
I don't even think I recorded me power washing. I was like, I just need to get done, push this in, and I'm going home. So we'll see. But as you do know, in the last videos, we got the heads assembled after we got them back from the machine shop. And so we're ready to go on this short block, turn it into a long block, and hopefully get this thing put back together. Like I said, we did some traveling here to get some new parts. Well, I shouldn't say new parts, but used parts. We went and seen my good buddy Max up in Kalamazoo, which is like, if you're in Michigan or the Midwest and you need Subaru stuff, he's your man. He's your man, and we got a nice footage of that.
We'll throw in some footage. I also shouted him out on Instagram. If you check our Instagram out,
I'll link them below, so you can check them out. If you need Subaru parts, he has it. If he doesn't have it, you're screwed. Or are you putting it on our...
I'm just gonna get some of this for the...
Do an Instagram post on her.
I will.
Be like, there you go. Picking up some Subaru parts.
Stuff might be from you guys. I was gonna say that. No, those are hard, but this is like one of them.
They're usually smaller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like this looks like a little.
I was gonna say.
No.
No.
No. That's the same. So we got that.
I was not, just for context, I was not prepared for this man's basement or garage. It was insane. So anyways, you'll see on some footage. So
that's what we're gonna do. So today we're actually gonna split up. Noah's going to take you all and work on the interior. He's going to show you some new used stuff that we got to fix the interior. As you've seen in our previous videos, the interior had some not so okay spots that we wanted to take care of and address before we, sell this thing. And I'm going to work on getting the cylinder heads mounted to the short block and maybe a couple other things tidied up with that. We're waiting on a couple more parts from the dealership until I can make it into a complete long block and put it in the...
Just buckets, isn't it now?
Yeah, just some lifter buckets. Once they come in, as long as my measurements were right and Noah's math was correct, then the engine should be solid. So that's pretty much it. Enjoy Noah's little interior and my long block build. All right, so as you know, Noah's working on the interior. I'm tasked with getting this short block turned into a long block. So I'm going to be working on getting these cylinder heads bolted on to the short block. These are pretty much ready to go. The short block, just got to finish cleaning up the top of this surface where the head gasket's going to sit, get the ARP head studs installed, and then we should be able to mount our first cylinder head. We can only get as far as putting these on, then we're still waiting on a couple of these lifter buckets coming. These are the things that sit down into these little pockets here, and they make up the clearance between the top of the valve and the cam lobe itself. We didn't end video, but we did all this fancy math up here. Well, Noah did, and we converted it to the sizes that we need, ordered a bunch online, and now we're just waiting on a couple to come in. So that's what I'll be working on, and I'll keep you posted on the progress. right, so I got this cylinder head wrapped up. That one, the right head, actually waiting on a couple more lifter buckets that are in the mail. Dealership's taking a little bit longer. So I'll get the valve cover put on this head and get that wrapped up. We got the oil pan put on and everything in there. We're waiting on the intake manifold to dry just a little bit longer. As you've seen, I was able to drill and tap that broken water pipe bolt, so that's ready to go. This one's repaired, so we'll clean up the gasket area. We got new gaskets to put in as well. We'll get the water pipe on and hopefully get the top of this engine put together. I can only go so far in the front. I can get the water pump on and stuff, but can only go so far with the front because I'm not going to be able to put the timing and all the cam gears on until I finish up the right cylinder head. So this is where I'm at, and Noah's wrapping up some paint work and stuff over there, and once we get the intake, we'll get this put back together and we'll be on our way to wrapping up this long block.
All right, guys, here we are back next day. It was an eventful night with the sunroof, which we've already started looking into. Companies who can help us out with that. Most of them don't open until Monday, though. We did also, we didn't actually get a shot of this. We did rip out the rest of the interior. We're back here as well. We actually found when doing this that almost nothing was bolted down, and if it was bolted down, it was like hand tight. So this whole back seat basically just popped off with no effort at all. We found that, you know, the dead mouse back here, the nest, which we vacuumed out. Yeah, I mean, so last night that's where we ended up. Today we've got a new to-do list written out. Alan also, on the way here, picked up a bunch of stuff for this, but we've got quite a bit to do. First thing we're gonna do today is try to get those interior bolts out. We've got the Phillips heads that are stuck, and then one in the sun visor as well. And then once we get those out, we'll kind of just work down this list and see what we can knock out.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I off camera started pulling apart the intake just to get this ready to paint, just because it's kind of chipped up and nasty. Not a big fan that they just painted a WRX intake red to make it look like STI, but we're gonna go with the same theme. This will be the only red painted thing under the hood. Obviously the intake turbo inlet is red and stuff like that. And we just took a look at everything else. We're gonna replace various vacuum and fuel lines on this as well. But I mean, that's pretty much it. This thing's ready, just waiting for that long block. So I'm gonna continue to work on the long block again today, and Noah's gonna, I guess, bump around on what's left on that list.
All right, well, Alan's doing that. I am working on this. I've got valve covers disassembled, all the bolts and crap in here. Got these assembled, windshield wipers. Got this cleaned up. This is the mounting bracket for that bar. I got it grinded down as far as I could, and I think we're just gonna do self-tapping. I'm gonna put it back in, but I took some of the rust spots down on the grinder, and yeah, I'm gonna clean these up, get them prepped, and we'll get them painted. So finally just got these reassembled. Previously you guys saw them all dirty. We cleaned them up, scotch braided them and painted them. Those are looking a ton better. So there's maybe some other stuff we'll do this too, but these are noticeable items on the engine and exterior. So, okay. So we were doing some research online over the weekend, watched a ton of headliner and sunroof videos, and I found out this is between like a few different models where they make the same sunroof, and there's these little plastic covers. You pop them off, unscrew them, and
Ta-da.
Voila. So you don't actually have to, like a windshield, scrape it off. Record me, Nevin.
You don't have to actually break the sunroof to get it out.
Yeah, that was a bit of a misunderstanding, but yeah, you don't have to break it out and do like a new seal or anything like that. You just buy this whole assembly. So we found a part number in this after checking it out. So we're gonna go eBay it up and order one out, hopefully. That's it for tonight, guys. Alan got a whole bunch of work on this. We're still waiting on a cam gear from our Subaru guy. It's coming in the mail.
We wanted to get this done and ready to go in. Literally all we need is that cam gear, put the timing on, outside timing cover, and then a couple other vacuum lines, and then it's pretty much done. So we're hoping to end this video when this is done, and then we're ready to install, and we'll probably have this thing running next week. Noah, you got all the window tint off.
So all the window tint's off. The only thing I have to do is on the back window, I have to get isopropyl alcohol and scrub, and then
get the rest of the
windshield.
Glue off.
That glue back there is going to take a long time. We thought that it was going to be like a real quick 30 minutes, get all the tint off, get the glue off,
and then do the brakes. That didn't happen.
You'll see in the video where I like tried to pull that off, and we were like, crap, this is not going to be quick.
Take a minute,
so we did that. We got the new badge on, new clips in. We got
some of the stuff under the hood, the caps and stuff.
Yeah, caps, some stickers peeled off.
So cleaned it up a little bit more, but you'll see that in the video. And then, so pretty much we're waiting on the sunroof. People still, we're going to call them again tomorrow, make sure that gets warrantied out, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Get the interior cleaned, do the headliner, and then the interior is done. So honestly, a couple more videos and this series is done. So get ready. We have our new project sitting outside. So
right out that door.
Get ready, we'll release that. That's gonna be a fun one. And yeah, that's it. So we'll see you in a couple days.